many people have been blowing me up. So, again, I'm with Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan, Berto, and I'm in the back, and they're saying how good Conor did. I'm like, yeah, great. And, I thought he was going to do even better. I'm surprised, he did well. And Showtime wanted me to go do this post-fight show thing. So I'm going, and I see Nate Diaz, and he's by himself. Like, no one's really by him. He's by himself, and he's on his phone. And I see him, and I think, oh, same fraternity, UFC guys. There's no UFC representatives there, really. There's like Dana, I didn't see him at the fight. I just figured, hey, we're brothers in arms. Say hi. Yeah, what's up, man? But I was going towards him because he looked busy. I was going to go towards him, and whether he wanted my help or not, I figured I know a few things about marketing. The next fight for him is Conor. I'm assuming he's there to sell that fight. That should be the next fight, Conor versus Nate Diaz 3, the trilogy. That's the fight. So I was going to go to him because I saw some interviews where he was kind of hating on Conor, and I would have spun it the other way. He should have celebrated Conor and what he did, winning rounds against the best of all time, and saying, look, I beat him up worse than Floyd. Now we're going to do this trilogy. I'm going to end him faster than Floyd did. Like, that should be the sell. I was going to go talk to him about this. So I see him out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh, and they're like, come on, Brendan, we got to go. I'm like, let me just say what's up to this guy. I'm like, yo, Nate, bro, how about that fight, man? You're next. Biggest fight in UFC history, brother. And he starts laughing. He's like, oh, hell no. How fucking stupid do you look now? And I'm like caught off guard. I'm like, what? He's like, how stupid do you look? Talking all this shit. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing right now? What the hell are you doing right now? And he keeps talking. And I go, Nate, he doesn't look that stupid. He won rounds against the best boxer of all time. And then Nate's like, he didn't win rounds. He gave him one round. I'm like, all right, man, either way. So he won rounds though. What are you doing? And he just keeps talking shit. And then he starts like talking about my career. And I'm like, what is going on right now? I go, Nate.
Who's mad at you?
I went, Nate, I have no issues with you. You're pointing your gun at the wrong guy. What are you doing right now? You should be selling this fight against Conor, not me. I'm not the guy. I said, I'm in skinny jeans and Gucci boots, for God's sakes. What are you doing right now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then like Showtime was like, come on, let's go, boys. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, keep going. I was just embarrassed by the situation. Because he kept talking, like he kept doing this, and this is the part I left out. This is what triggered him. He was talking, I literally couldn't hear him because people were like, Schaub, let's go, because they didn't want a fight. So like, Schaub, let's go, and he keeps talking, and I'm like, Nate, use your words. I can't understand a word you're saying. Use your words.
Oh.
And he probably has that that lisp or whatever. Yeah. That probably set him off. But I have no issues with Nate. There's nothing there.
So that's when it got ugly?
Yeah. Then he kept talking shit, and I was like, what are you going to do? What are we doing here? And he kept doing this. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I was so embarrassed because the Showtime guys were like, oh, my God, who is that guy? I'm like, that's the guy who's supposed to fight Conor next. They fought before, and like, why does he want to, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? I'm like, it's just, I was so embarrassed, man. I'm like, oh, God.
Now,
I have no issues with him.
Do you think that Conor wants that fight?
I do.
You think that's a good money fight?
I do. I think it's their only fight. I think, I think it's the true winner, because those fights at 70 are toss-up. 1-1 is whatever. Neither one should be fighting at 70. At 55, a trilogy fight makes sense for the belt. It'd be the biggest pay-per-view of all time. I think it's the only fight that makes sense. You can't do Khabib. Tony and Kevin Lee, there's just not big enough